Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a massive shift in how we actually talk to AI. If you were working with AI back in 2023, you know it was all about the prompt. But here in 2026, well, it's a whole new ballgame.
And why is that? Well, with these new autonomous AI systems, the old way of just writing a prompt and hitting go over and over, it just doesn't cut it anymore. The simple instruction you give the model, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
So yeah, a huge paradigm shift has happened. We've moved way beyond just crafting clever prompts. Now we're architecting entire AI cognitive systems. It's like we've gone from practicing some kind of digital magic to actually being engineers.
So today, let's dive into what that new standard looks like. It's a four-part framework that really defines this new engineering discipline, and it tells us how to direct these incredibly powerful autonomous AI agents. Think of this as a kind of hierarchy, right? It all starts with prompt craft. That's the skill of writing clear, direct instructions. But that's just the ground floor. Each layer after that builds right on top of the one before it, and if you try to skip a step, well, you end up with some serious cracks in the foundation of your AI system that are a real pain to fix later.
Okay, let's start with the layer that honestly is the biggest mental leap for most people, context engineering. This is where so much of the real value is hidden. All right, let's just let this sink in for a second. That prompt you spend so much time crafting, it might be what, 200 tokens? In today's 1 million token context windows, that is a teeny tiny 0.02% of what the model is actually looking at. The other 99.98%, that's all context. This means your real power isn't in asking a slightly smarter question. No way. It's in building a much, much better knowledge base for the AI to pull from.
So the most important thing to get here is that context engineering isn't about what you ask the AI. It's all about what the AI knows when you ask it. It's about making sure it has all the information a really smart coworker would need to get the job done right. Let me show you a real-world Python example that makes this super clear. Imagine you have an AI agent that's built to automatically audit legal contracts. It doesn't just read the contract and guess. It actively checks every single clause against a company's risk policy. And this risk playbook, it's not a prompt. This is the engineered context we've been talking about. It's a whole separate document that gives the agent its expertise, telling it which jurisdictions are okay or what payment terms are required. It's a perfect example of context engineering in the wild.
Okay, so let's move up to the next layer. Giving an agent the right knowledge through context is one thing. But what happens when it knows all the right stuff but has the wrong goals? That's where intent engineering comes in.
This is really about programming the agent's values. You're telling it how to handle tricky situations and make choices that line up with your big picture goals before those situations even happen. You can't leave this stuff to chance. And believe me, if you don't define that intent, an agent can go off the rails with scary efficiency. Just think about this cautionary tale. A customer service AI is told to just resolve queries as fast as possible. So what does it do? It closes 2.3 million tickets instantly. Goal achieved, right? But in the process, it completely trashes the company's reputation.
And this is how you stop that from happening. You can literally encode those trade-offs. You can tell the agent, look, for internal stuff, just be fast. 80% quality is fine. But when you're talking to clients, quality is everything. I need 95% minimum.
Intent engineering is also about drawing lines in the sand for your agent. You set up these clear escalation triggers that tell it exactly when to stop and get a human involved. This is how you prevent really costly mistakes and make sure a person is always in the loop for the big decisions. All right, now we get to the very top of our pyramid, specification engineering. This is where we stop just talking to the AI and actually start programming its brain. And this is a huge shift. We're moving away from writing these long, super fragile prompts that break easily and are a nightmare to maintain. Instead, we're using these incredible frameworks like DSPy, that's DSPY, by the way, to basically program the LLM's entire reasoning process in a way that's reusable and can even optimize itself.
So instead of some giant wall of text for a prompt, you write a nice, clean Python class, like this one. This is what's called a DSPy signature. See how it just declares the inputs, the policy, and the clause, and then the output you want, a risk score? This is amazing because it separates the what you want from the how the AI does it. The framework itself figures out the best way to prompt the LLM to get that result. And doing things this way is what lets us build what are called stateful agents. These are AI systems that can actually remember things, look at what they've done, and, get this, fix their own mistakes. This is a massive leap from the simple one-and-done chains we used to build.
And with tools like LangGraph, we can build these powerful agents as cycles. So an agent can make a plan, take an action, and then observe the results. If it's not right, it doesn't just give up. It loops back and tries again with a different strategy. That's real autonomy, right? It can self-correct without a person needing to step in every time.
Okay, so let's zoom out. What's the big takeaway here? What does all this actually mean for anyone working with AI in 2026?
Well, the job itself has completely transformed. We're not prompt crafters anymore, just trying to get some text out of a model. We've become cognitive architects, designing and building these complex, stateful systems that can take real autonomous action out in the world. So this whole four-discipline framework, it's not just some theory. It's the playbook. It's the skill set you absolutely need to build AI that delivers real value. Your job now is to translate human goals into rock-solid, machine-runnable specs that power this invisible army of digital employees. And that really is the question you should be asking yourself. Are you still just writing prompts, or have you started architecting specifications? Thanks for tuning in.